Hi there, my name is Reagan Porter and welcome to Change in Media. This week featuring effects on breaking national news stories. The purpose of research we will discuss today is to educate broadcasters and citizens in order to advance and better the way breaking news stories break with the new changes in media. In the 1960s, television was still the new toy, but not yet the new source of information. Like most other technologies, television had a specific turning point, and for television, it was the assassination of President Kennedy in 1963. Technology continued to change, news stations continued the format of breaking news set by Kennedy's assassination, when other crises hit the World Trade Center in 2001. Such advances in technology sparked a drastic growth in media. The new media will influence how broadcasters get breaking news out to the public. We just do not know yet how the media will be an influence, strong or weak. Several authors have said the breaking news of the assassination of President Kennedy in 1963 forever changed how people will receive their news. Tierney Sneed, being one of those authors, goes on to describe the lessons learned by news stations. For example, John Herskovits, another author on board with the idea of Kennedy's assassination changing media forever, took his audience through a sort of timeline stating how instead of the. Then, Herskovits takes his audience to change in how we do things today. Media has changed a lot, and although reporters do not have quite the access they used to, the people that have gained more access are the citizens through the media, especially social media. Taking an advanced view, Phil Bump has pondered Bump's article instigates thought. It will be interesting to find out how today's media affects coverage of breaking news. This research is worth doing precisely because of what Bump has laid out for us. To find out if the new changes in media can withstand an event at the magnitude of Kennedy's assassination or 9/11. The importance of research is because the sole purpose of media is to inform the public. When it comes down to it, informing the public is why media existed in the first place and why media still survives today. What remains to be done to find out if media in this age can handle extensive breaking news stories, and if not, how broadcasters and citizens strengthen the developments in media so that it can. This study will help answer if media today is strong enough to inform the public during crisis, as well as the public was informed in 1963 and 2001. The way broadcast news covered the Kennedy assassination set landscape of how to cover a breaking news story for media in the future. The format would be used for the rest of the 20th century and into the 21st, up until the terrorist attack on the World Trade Center in 2001. With television still as the main source of information, coverage for 9/11 spun off the Kennedy assassination coverage, the only difference being the new advances in technology. Now with such drastic changes in the media, how will breaking news stories be covered in the future? Will especially social media be a weakness in breaking news stories effectively? Will television news broadcasts die because social media and new forms of media are proving to be strong in the coverage? I am prepared to answer the questions previously stated, specifically studying the change in media and coverage of major breaks in the news. I will limit my studies to the break in the assassination of President Kennedy, the terrorist attack on the World Trade Center. Focusing on these major events will help determine what influence media of today will have of breaking news stories. I am open to all resources, journals, articles, etc., and for my primary resources, I will use footage of the breaking news broadcasts on Kennedy's assassination, as well as on 9/11's. Limitations in my study include the unknown. I can research history of media use during the breaking news stories and compare it to how different it would have been if it was covered in the media today, but I cannot predict the next major crisis that will break in the news. Every crisis will be a little different, even with the use of the same format set by the media in the specific age. I am excluding other major crisis coverage, such as the London rooftop ablaze, Edward Murrow's takedown of Senator Joe McCarthy, or Pearl Harbor, because they were not stories that were groundbreaking in the delivery that matched Kennedy's assassination and the 9/11 terrorist attack. Thank you for tuning in. This has been Reagan Porter.